All right, people. Welcome again to MG Sports TV, and I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. Let me see if I can move them. Okay. Come out of my face, my brother. Yes. No. It's actually a evening. Yeah, can I say evening? It's past 6 o'clock. I think 9 o'clock. Them say 9 p.m. is night. So good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone who is tuning in. Thoroughly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy day to join me. And if you're gonna take the time out of your busy day to join me, I do think that it would be nice if you just hit that like button. It's free, totally free. Hit that like button. We're just gonna cover a topic, an article that I saw in the Observer last night. Grimson, most definitely. We have discussed Grimson over and time again. He has been one of the number one discussion on YouTube, podcasts, media outlets so far since his arrival in Jamaica. And there was an article at present moment on the Observer. I'm going to read through the article. I'm going to get a bit of understanding. Now, you might find we fall into some discussions, read some of the things that we have already discussed per se, or other people have discussed it already per se, but nevertheless, we are going to touch on the important topics. There's a lot to discuss when it comes on to Jamaican football. Okay, guys. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're here for the first time, most definitely check out our sponsors at SAPS Sports on their Instagram page, SAPS Sports 4. Support them, people. They have all the gears and equipments of every sport in any type of sport. They have it. Contact them. You will get it. Also, you can walk into the office at 138 Muirhead Avenue, Denby, Mapen, Clarendon. So, Jamaica. Let's get that out of the way. I'm J-Dice. Welcome. Big up. Finally, me catch alive. Big up, J-Dice. King Jav. Please fix the typo if you can, MG. Crap to crop. And as I said, say the man a crap. So, people are drawing closer to even the closure of the transfer window. Unfortunately, my team, Arsenal, we lost today. I'm not in a bad mood because I do believe that we played extremely well. Manchester City made 2 changes. Arsenal made 6. And the game ended 1-0. And we had a fair enough chance to take the game. Unfortunately, that is football. That's all football is. All right. Let's get straight to the meat of the matter, people. Let's get straight. Oh, one last thing. I'm just doing the admin, people. To the military squad, the channel members. Massive respect to the channel members. The original Zilla, 002. All of them, people, it's a military squad. They have the military ranking. They have a military ranking. If any one of you guys ever played the game Mini Militia, you'd understand. I'm a big fan of the game Mini Militia. Our Call of Duty, all of these games, I'm a big fan of them. So if you know these games, you know that these ranking. Warrant for the class 2, the original Zilla, Jermaine Swaby, big up. Staff Sergeant Jermaine Swaby, Sergeant Paul Rose, Corporal David Beckham, and Lance Corporal Feder 5. Big up to my channel members. Massive respect. Really appreciate the genuine support from you guys over the time period. And you guys have been a part of members for so long. I have to say thank you very much. Wish you guys all the best and thank you very much for the continued support. All right, let's get into the details, people. I've been here lamenting on too long now, definitely too long. So let's jump over to the article, people. Let's jump over to the article. Important. Very important. All right, New Frontier. That's the headline. This article was written by Rachid Parchman, Digital Sports Coordinator. So, Reggae Boyz, Grimson welcomes challenge to learn the Jamaican culture. New Frontier. Let's continue. National senior men's football team head coach Himir Al Grimson says he relished the opportunity of pushing himself in an unfamiliar culture during his stint in Jamaica. I love the fact that he consistently emphasized about culture. Which means that he's coming in to try and learn and understand before implementing anything different. So this is what he's trying to do. He's trying to adapt to the culture. He's trying to understand what is happening. This is the direction. Now, I know internally there's so much things we need to fix internally, and I believe as much as we have so much players, so much footballers in Jamaica. Would you believe that many of these footballers in Jamaica, they do not, many of these footballers, they do not try to gather different knowledge, try to find different ways in how they can expand in their category. Let me tell you how. And I wanted to speak on that topic, for some time now. So much of the Jamaican footballers, they do not think about life after football, especially in the local league. The local leagues, actually. They do not think about life after football. And that is a big, big problem. So I understand Hal Grimson coming in and said, hey, we're trying to change the culture. We're not trying to change the culture. We're trying to adapt to the culture first to see what it has to offer. These are the aspects in which we're going to understand or learn things about how we operate, how we move, how we think, and find the real reason why we have been so unsuccessful for so long. Guys, please remember to smash the like button. Listen, people, when you hit the like button, it's telling YouTube that, hey, this video is kind of okay. It's passing on some information which I like. So it's kind of okay. So that's what they do. So guys, all you got to do is close the comment section. To the far right of the comment section, there is an X. You press that X, and then you'll be able to see the like button, the thumbs down button, the share button. You'll also see the subscribe button. Do all that fancy stuff right there. And let's go. Take a second, 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's not 10 seconds, but give you guys the opportunity to do that. Let's get back on topic. Many footballers don't think about life after football. So it's important that we understand culture. Even though culture really not really correlate with it. But anyways, let's get back to on topic. I never want to go to deviate too far into that. I was avoiding from deviating too far. That's for another topic. So back at it again. So he's trying to his main aim now is to understand the culture first, how we think, how we operate, what do we want to do. Then now you'd understand how we will carry out our functions on the pitch. So it's best to understand the personals first, then you'll be able to understand the task you have at hand. Roger, big up. What's the news? Discussing some of the Reggae Boyz and the head coach. Jedi said, people joining, please like up the live. JT, big up JT. Massive respect. Hopefully you're doing good. Outlaw said, yo, why them push Whisper alone and not the other players? I think other players getting pushed, but that's just how it go. I just how it go. Remember that same thing when Alex Marshall, Terry McGee, Marvin Morgan. It's just a natural aspect of things. That's just how it is. That's just the natural aspect of life. Jamie Ricketts, big up. Sit nice even MG. Hashtag citizen. Yeah. Alright, I say go Jamie. Good win. Really good win. And I can't take that from you. Can't take that from you, Jamie. But it was a good game. I believe it was a good game. Alright, so let me continue. Al Grimson, who was appointed head coach in September, came to Jamaica to reside on a permanent basis as he gets the Reggae Boyz ready for the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifier campaign. While he has the experience of taking Iceland to the World Cup in 2018 and then coaching at Al Arabi in Doha, Qatar, he has never worked in this region nor with such limited resources available to him. With such limited resources available to him. Now, with that being highlighted, with that being highlighted, he has never worked with such limited resources available to him. Let's have a look at this. Can we say that that might be problematic? Is it safe to say that that can be problematic? All right, he highlighted the aspect of talent, but resources for any successful campaign is very, very important. King Jav, big up. Big up, King Jav, big up. The resources in any successful campaign is very, very important. Funny enough, I saw 20 likes a minute ago and then it dropped to 19. So people are hit the like button and then they might take it off. People we can't see. You see when we are looking at the YouTube studio right now, we can't see the likes. we can't see the amount of likes on the video, people. We can't see the amount of likes on the video. Last that and a lie. So that see there? See there? I wanna know I watch right now. Cause I gone back up to 20. Wanna know I watch right now. Anyways, people. Anyways. Alright, so working with this much resources, I do think that that's gonna put the coach himself in unfamiliar position or situations, because what to do when you lack the resources. So it's as he stated, it's a new task for him. A new task for him. So let me continue with the reading. But Grimson is unfazed by this. He says he is aware that he has to educate himself about his environment before he can expect to pass on his footballing philosophies to his player. Pass on his footballing philosophy. Now, as you know, every national team should have their own philosophy. Every single national team should have their own philosophy. But as you know, with Jamaica, we literally don't have our own philosophy. We don't. So it's a sense of, let's gather 10 players, let's gather 20 players together and let them kick some ball basically based off their strengths. So we have a team where they're not that technical, but they're more of a more physical and a running team. A physical running team. So we're going to say, this is the concept, right? Let's just boot the ball long and run it down. So there's no strategic plan. There's no idea in how we want to play. None whatsoever. Now, this is one thing that I know even Craig Butler consistently argue about. A lot of people argue about it, but for sure, we don't seem to try work around it, where we have a structure, formulated structure in how we are going to play. The under 50, the under 14, the under 15, under 17, under 18, under 21, under 23, under 20, up until the senior team should play the same system. Now, I can recall there was the most recent press conference, which was held with the head coach of the under 17 team, Mr. Meran Garden. A question was asked. I think the question was asked by Jay. I think Jay Taylor was the person who asked the question. What is the philosophy? What is the ideology going to that competition in how we are going to play? And the reply was, there wasn't any there's not necessarily a type of philosophy or ideology or even structure or type of play. I would have said identity. There's no identity in how we're going to play. And he said basically, we're working off the strengths of the players and structure our team around the type of players that we have. Now, whilst I can say I would understand where it's coming from, read that, but I strongly believe if you have a team and you want that team to be successful, that team must have an identity. Reason being, an identity is, let me explain to you guys, an identity is, I won't even look. I'm not going to look at the club football. I won't look at the club football because people are going to say international football and club football are two different things. So I won't look at club football. I'm going to look at international football. Brazil. Let's have a look at Brazil. Brazil, they play a bit of tiki-taka, with more samba, a more free-flowing, freestyle type of football. A lot of skills interjected, skills, pace, flares. A lot of that. That is the Brazilian type of football. Also, they pass the ball, but not so much. When you compare to a Spain, where Spain would identify themselves as a passing team, a team would call it 1,000 pass of death. 1,000 pass of. They're going to pass the life out of you. Even if they lose, they remain that way. England don't necessarily have an identity. It's recent time England is formulating themselves into a pressing type of team, but they're kind of getting that identity. And you realize that in recent times, since formulating that type of identity, they are pushing further and further and further into this international competition, going closer and closer to possibly winning something at some point. From the long time days, we know Italy is a defensive structure. They formulate them defense and they try to win the title off a defensive structure. So these are the bigger nations, and they have a structure in how they play. Even the league themselves play similar to the national team. Even the league. So basically, you can say, look in Spain. Those teams, the average per game, roughly 300 passes per team. Average per game. That's a lot of passes per game. It's a lot of passes per game. That is the reason when you look in the La Liga, you won't see a lot of big score lines like 5, 6, 7. No, there's not a lot of that. You won't find a lot of that. But you can look in England and see teams getting 7, teams getting 6, teams getting 5, teams getting 4 on a more consistent basis. Why? Let me tell you why now. When you play, say Barcelona is playing against a Sevilla, a Barca playing against Villarreal. So these two teams are possession-based teams, right? Even Barca versus Real Madrid. These two teams are possession-based teams. The time they have, by the time they reach in the final third, they smash off a minute or 40 seconds off of the clock. 40 seconds, just a crack off of the clock. So there's not sufficient time to be scoring a lot of goals and turning over the ball, scoring a lot of goals. So there's not a lot of turnover because they're so clean and tidy in possession. They retain possession well and they dominate possession. So whenever they're in the attacking third, they're in the attacking third for like a minute. Next team in the attacking third for another minute. So just by that sense, you realize that the scorelines won't be a big scoreline because each team wants to dominate the ball. You're really going to find big scorelines in that league. So when you move to English Premier League now, where it's more of a pressing, and because of the pressing system, there's a lot of turnovers from each team. When you look into Premier League, if a team like Manchester City, you really see Manchester City pick and get beat 4, 5, 6. It's not only because of the amount of talent they have in the team, but also because of how well they possess the ball. So what you have to do, catch the ball from them, break them down, catch them on a counter, score a goal. And how many times for the match that's going to happen? Let's have a look. Another team that passed the ball real well. Brighton, they don't have the quality of a Manchester City, but yet still they don't concede the same amount as the teams in the lower tier of the table. All because when they have the ball, they hold possession of the ball so long, so you won't see a huge scoreline unless they're the one really dominating the next team and producing that scoreline. Same for Man City. If they're playing against a team that is not good, having that amount of possession with those killer players, they will hurt you. No, let's come back to Jamaica now. We are more physical, more running. The truth is, we don't really play smart. We don't play smart football. Like balls down to the corner flag, rather than boot the ball all the way up because they're under pressure. You can simply try to whip the ball, hit it off the person who's pressuring you, and win a throw. Simple like that. But they don't. They rather boot the ball all the way down, and then it's coming back at you. So that's a lack of playing a bit smart. And you can play a bit smart. Foreign Spider said, which Jamaican team runs more? I would say, which as in local team, I would say Waterhouse are on it. I would say Waterhouse are on it. Those are the two major pressing team in our local league. So, getting back to what I'm saying, because I went far away. Getting back to what I'm saying is, when I got, me go far for a while, me go way off on a tangent. Getting back to what I was saying, when you have a team, when Mr. Mirangarden said he's going to work with the team and base off the abilities of the players, he will structure the team around those abilities. Now, imagine this. In the event, let's look at a coach like Lenny Hyde. It doesn't matter where Lenny Hyde is going, that team will represent Lenny Hyde and Lenny Hyde type of football. Even if they're going to lose 30-0, 40-0, 50-0, they will play that type of football. I hear many people said, boy, Lenny kind of stubborn in his ways. But if you look at it, Lenny Hyde in Jamaica is possible the most successful coach in Jamaica at all different levels. At all different levels. And he's the type of coach, is if Lenny Hyde today is going to take up a team down at the country, the way down at Motombo, he might carry his philosophy, his passing style, his way of play to that team. It doesn't matter what kind of players there. If some big player was slow, if they can't do it, he will try his best to train those players to play his philosophy, because he knows that right throughout his career, that particular philosophy is a philosophy that has garnered him all the trophies and titles that he has won. And all the historical moments that he has had, that is a philosophy that gets him there. So I personally think any coach that is going to coach a team, he should actually already have in his mindset how he wants to play. He should have a vivid, a distinctive image of how he wants to play, how he wants his players to operate, how he wants his players to conduct themselves on the pitch and the field of play. And that can give him a clear vision of what to expect. How is that so? For example, no, it's fine. Let's have a look at his perspective. He said the players that he's going to work off the players' attributes. What if most of the players that he have are more of a technical players? And he said, okay, they're technical players. Let's try to play some possession-based football. Fine. Now the problem is, playing possession-based football, yes, understand. But you have different coaches who coach different style. I.e., you have Lenny who play possession-based, strictly possession-based. Also, you have Davian Ferguson who play half possession-based but a high-intense press. I think kind of move the ball a little bit slower. Then now you have Philip Williams of Stats who play a high intense pressing system where it's non-stop running. So let's put them in this style now. Say Stats play similar. If Stats play similar to Liverpool, high intense press, wave of attack, wave back a wave, then you have Lenny Hyde who plays similar to a Barcelona or a Man. I think a Barcelona. I would say a Barcelona or a Man City. Yeah, similar to that. Then now you have a Davian Ferguson, which is JC, who plays similar to a Real Madrid. A bit of possession, but a lot of quality in the team. A lot of superstars in the team. So you know Galactico, but they do play the possession-based football. But you have every single coach who's structured. That is how I want to play. It doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter who the player I have. That is how I want to play. Jeremy and Mitchell said, let me see, if you're not taught then obviously you're still uneducated in that area same way. No, this is what happened, right? Say, let me tell you, Ferguson, Wenger, Mourinho, and Luis Enrique. So all of these coaches would attend the same coaching school. But guess what? Their philosophy are vastly different. It's the same coaching school, but different philosophy. That's just a natural aspect of how human beings operate. 7 brothers, 7 different minds, even though they're growing at the same household. So it's not a case. And not because not because Arsene Wenger cannot play sit back and counter football, that necessarily means he's uneducated. It's just that his style of play is that particular style of play where high possession, this, that. So, have you ever seen Pep Guardiola team sit back and kick a ball long? No. Is he uneducated because his team cannot do that? No. So, it's not a matter of being uneducated. When you use the context of uneducated, it just not correlate. It not sound right. So, look at this now. If you watch Al Grimson team play, his team play with a defensive structure. They play similar to Burnley. Let me tell you people, they play similar to Burnley. Iceland, they play very similar to Burnley. Go and watch them. They play similar to Burnley. It's not no technical, tiki-taka, nothing like that. It's more of a long kick, push forward, push numbers forward, and a more of a defensive structure. Would you say he's uneducated? No, he's not. Because you can't say he's uneducated because his team is not playing like a Pep Guardiola, or his team is not playing like a Luis Enrique, like Spain or like Brazil. He's not uneducated. It's just that it's different style of play from each coach, even though they would attend the same coaching course. Let me show you. In Jamaica, Fuzzy, Marcel Gale, Rudolph Speed, Tapper Whitmore, Davian Ferguson. All of these coaches would attend the same coaching school. Most of them would attend the same coaching school, doing the same license. But let me tell you, all of them play differently. Teagat play more of a high intense pressing football. Rudolph Speed play more of a possession-based football. Sit back and can counter when he can, but they play more of a possession-based football. Davian Ferguson are more of a possession-based football. So all of them would have gone to the same coaching courses, but they played different. So would you say because one played different from the next means that the other is uneducated? No, you can't say that. I know coaches who have a license and they don't play nothing like Pep Guardiola. Nothing like it. They don't play possession-based football. So basically, would you say that Mourinho will play negative football? Is uneducated? No, you can't. You can't say that. Because his negative football would have garnered him results and also a trophy. Even though it's negative football. You'll never see Mourinho team play and make up to 500 passes per. You won't find that. Okay, me understand, man. You won't find that. Alright, so let me continue, people. Went off on a tangent there. So read the aspect of the philosophies. I do believe that for every level of our team, I do believe that for the national setup, we should have one philosophy. We should have one philosophy, and we should understand that style of play. No, in the Premier League, you won't find, in our local league, you won't find all teams playing the same. You will not find that. You won't find all teams using the same formation. You will not find that. You don't find that nowhere in the world. Nowhere in the world you find that. No way. You don't find that. All teams in the league play the same. You will not find that. Nowhere. You won't find that. But what you can find is all academies being trained vastly similar. You can find that all academies train their youngsters very much similar. But you won't find the teams themselves playing the same formation, playing the same system. You won't find that. That's not the reality. That's not it. Because I've heard many times people saying that. Look, in England, you have 20 teams at the top flight level. 20 teams. And out of the 20 teams, only 3 of those teams play possession-based football. Man City, Arsenal, I was probably not say Chelsea. Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and Brighton. 4 teams play possession-based football. Only 4. And when you look into it, how many players from those teams play in a national team? The players in the national team are coming from various different system and style of play. But guess what? When they go into the national team, there is already a forethought that this is how we play. So they have to readjust their mind and say, okay, I played like that in my club, but this is a national setup, and this is how the national team have been playing for years, which means that I have to correlate my mind and my mind and every aspect of me in how the national team should play and what is required of me in the national team. So that is the major difference. Many people might not understand that. E-Group said, MG, many of our local coaches attend coaching courses but do not apply the theory when they get back to their clubs. Many resort to the crap that they used before the coaching course. You know the thing about it, E-Group Public? Alright, this is the thing about it, E-Group Public. I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot. But the problem I'm having with that is this, right? Everyone is expecting to see this free-flowing, pretty football. And when you look at the players, they're not the most technical. How are you going to see free-flowing, pretty football when they are not the most technical set of players? You won't see that. We have 1 and 2 technical players, yes. But the truth is, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's definitely not enough. Opponents at E-Republic, from what I understand, we will have to play for 6 players to get in the tournament. Yeah, I think we have to qualify for the Nation League, the semi-finals. Qualify for the semi-finals of the Nation League, and we are good. If we don't qualify for the semi-finals, difficult. Very, very difficult position to be in. But the chance is there for us. The chance is definitely there for us. And I would love, I for sure would love to see, the Reggae Boyz participate in the competition. But will it happen? Can it happen? Yes, it can happen. But will it happen? That is a big part about it. Will it happen? And that is where everything changed now. That is where everything changed. Alright, so let me continue now with the article. Let me continue. Alright, this is what Al Grimson said. I'm jumping again into unknown territory, he said. From Iceland, I went to Qatar to a new religion, a new way of thinking, a new culture. I learned there that it was me that needed to adjust to this new environment, so I know now I need to start to learn the environment before I start to tell people what to do. Understandable. Let's continue. So just what are the limits? How you talk to people, how you learn from the people around you, that is always the first step. Before you start to take charge, you have to learn about your students and your teammates and your superiors. That is what I'm trying to do here. Now, I would understand that. So he's basically saying that he's trying his best to adapt to the culture a little bit before trying to enforce his philosophy or his beliefs. So this also could be a little bit, no, it's not that, I won't say it's the same. What if he's looking at it in a way in which, alright, so this aspect of it, I'm looking at it and say, what if he's looking at it like, when I'm here, I would be able to see how these players operate and what is expected of them, and maybe because of that, I can then apply, and then I can apply my philosophy, and see if I would have to adjust my philosophy, or tweak my philosophy just a bit to suit the type of players that I have, which is understandable. But the mere fact is that he already has a philosophy and is walking with his philosophy. I thoroughly disagree that every time we change coach will come with his own philosophy. Definitely disagree with that. But guess what? We don't have a structure. We don't have our own mindset. So we have to work with what we have to work with right now. Hopefully, going forward from here, we can set down the template. Mr. Al Grimson can set down the template and say, this is what we're doing going on from here. This is what we're trying to work with moving on from here. Let me jump in the comment section. Jeremy Mitchell said, Eagle Republic, every coach seem like them are the best in and doing different stuffs. That's how I go. First Spider said, Jeremy Mitchell, yeah man. The problem start with the coach, because I think them kids bright enough to learn new tactics. Jeremy Mitchell said, that's it, Spider. They need to come together and play the style that the senior team plays and use the same formation. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the something there. The panel. Come on and explain yourself. Jeremy Mitchell, and upper running. Come explain yourself and tell me exactly what you mean by that. Because I just said to you that it's not easy, or you won't find all teams nowhere in the world. You are going to find all teams playing the same. You won't find that. Eagle probably said the CONMEBOL already have 10 South American teams, plus the USA, Mexico, and Canada. I believe that if we use our best team in the Nation League, we should be one of the additional 3. Now the problem is Eagle Republic. It's not just using our best team, because we can still go out there and bring out the best team. The best team the Reggae Boyz could never assemble, and we still don't make it. Then what? That's the question. If we assemble the best team the Reggae Boyz could ever think about, and we still fail, then what? Where is the problem then? Where is the root of the problem then? Listen, people, if we use, guys, please do smash the like button if you're coming here for the first time. And people also turn on please turn on your YouTube notification, people, because a lot of people are saying that they're not getting the notifications. So you can turn it off and turn it on back to refresh it. People, this is what I'm saying, right? You could use their best team and still lose the game. England carry them best team got the World Cup. Them best team, they carry got the World Cup, and they still lose. One team alone can win. If 2 teams play, one alone can win. And there's no guarantee. No matter what the case is, there is no guarantees. This is football. Football, as them say, don't sleep on nobody's yard. Whenever I watch Honduras or Costa Rica or Panama League, it's so far ahead of our league in terms of technical and tactical plays, and players making good choices. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, I want you to look at it and think about it. At the end of the day, are any one of these teams smashing it in the World Cup? Are any one of these teams smashing it in the World Cup? That is the question. Are any one of these teams smashing it in the World Cup? Richard Stewart said, MG, to be fair, you can't use England as an example. Alright, let me use Spain. Or Germany. Just as say, but them carry them best team. These teams they carry their best teams. And it just never work out because that is football. That is just the general concept of football. It's not always a one. Big up my bro, what go on? What go on, bro? How things? Long time don't see.
Yeah, man, I go on hold it.
Your mic sound low. What problem I hear good still? What do you think about the topic of all, because people are telling me say, boy, bring in all clubs in Jamaica should play the same formation and play the same system. Does that make any sense to you?
No, maybe, I don't think so, no. Mine you say another comment and I get it wrong, you know. Mine my comment here reading and I get it wrong, you know.
Let me see. Wait,
yeah, man,
no, man, wait, no.
I think I'm reading another comment, man.
No, man, Mitchell never that said. Let me see. No, man, alright. No, man, I something, man, a foreign Spider, man.
Oh.
No, man, I hear comment, man. Now read it back. They said that's it, Spider. They need to come together and play the style that the senior team plays, using same formation. Who you attack? That the under the U team you attack.
No, we attack, the youth team, like the under 15
Okay,
and the
all
under
right. Yeah, me understand that.
13,
Me
under
understand that. Me
20, yeah.
understand that. That
No
that
man,
that.
all the clubs the clubs them now go play the same, like the football club, them now go play the same style. The coach
Ye-
are them different thing. But me I thought like the feeding program for the, cause you know the senior team them the under 17, the
Mhm.
under, so the feeding are the best really reach this so.
Yeah.
So naturally speaking, so the best are gonna keep on going up then. So you have the best who matriculate and I play good from the under 15, So
Mhm.
obviously when you reach under 17, at them again I go dead it. At them I go up again with the best where available
Mhm.
and support and go up to the under 20 right up to the senior team.
Mhm.
So with me that say all of them fair play the same system. Both
Mhm.
all of the youth team fair play the same system. So when I
Yeah.
you left, so for example, you left right, say I play under 15, right?
Mhm.
And he's that good and him get an opportunity to go overseas go play. Even if him come back at say boy 19 to play for the under 20 or so, see
Him
him,
still know the system.
but that year him still know the system, say won't be foreign team because of that every country do.
Yeah.
Mexico youth team them play the same thing. So whenever them get an opportunity and go and come back, no matter which age them come back,
Him know
them know
exactly
the
what you can do.
system. Exactly.
Me agree.
Exactly.
Me agree with that 100%. And that is the way
So that
going
is
forward.
it.
Now, this is what happened, right? All right. So me remember when them asked the question. I think Jay Taylor asked the same question, like if in regards to the national team, senior head coach and the youth team, he asked question to Marion Garden, and I do believe that if the head coach have a particular style of play, I do believe that Mr. Al Grimson, that particular style of play, should have passed on onto the under 17 coach, the under 20 coach, the under 18 coach, under 15 coach. The same philosophy should pass through. In the event, the under 20 are player, and then play a particular brand of football. And the right back is a good right back, probably one of the best right back we have at that age. And for the senior team, the senior right back, something happened to him, and it's the coach want a right back, and the coach said, "Is it possible for me to get the right back from the under 21 team?" And the coach said, "Yes, because it's the same system I use, which
Yeah.
means he will transcend into your style of play quite easy. It might be taking him a little while to get up to the physicality, the pace, and also
Yeah,
because he's coming from a
yeah.
lower level, but him already have the
You know the
general
system, so
concept
yeah.
of how to
Yeah.
play in that system."
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
But I think Marangard was asked that question. Made I look back on an interview. I think he was asked that question, and him say if they are on the coach, the senior coach, so him kind of him affair with where the coach want, and him might try as best as possible for
replicate it.
Yeah, for replicate it. But however, I might use based on the talent I might go try, but I might try as best to replicate it. So I don't know. I don't watch them play no match yet. So I don't know, I can't say, and it's early days, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's early
I just
days.
reports me I get.
Yeah.
The truth is, some reports me I get, and most of the reports in kind of. So today me hear so them play good, from two persons. Then tomorrow me say boy they don't look good at all. So it's very conflicting. But me have to pass on the reports just as how me get it. So me can't get it on a whole on pan, so me have to pass it on. No, they will play. They will be playing against Trinidad on the 4th, and I think on the 6th. I think on the 4th and the 6th next week. Next week Friday 4th, I believe.
Trinidad.
Yeah, against Trinidad.
Yeah. But Trinidad are not strong side like.
No, but it's gonna. But we can at least understand how the youth them play.
Yeah, true. So
See how them play, and it's not up to us to say if this really look good or not. If this really look good to us or not.
Yeah.
If it's acceptable. No, me can't tell you. I say me can't check my message because me not chat to one player today. One player will play against the youth them, and I say me can't read exactly what him say. Oof. Wait there. Alright, him said he said I don't like how them sit back Then the press and they don't play through the wing. Midfield just compact.
Okay.
It look more of a 4-5-1. So then play a bit more compact and kind of sit back a bit. So then the press when the ball in a certain phase of the game.
Yeah.
So yes, so, and this are somebody who play against them. So even though I know say I look at them and naturally the big man them are go better than them. But at least you want to see these small things coming out. So at least them a try it. Them a try apply what they learn. They're trying to they might try to apply whatever the coach pass on to them. And he must say him not see that.
Well, as I say early days too, so we get to see in the Trinidad match. You know, we get to see. And let's hope say at the best of the best them have what them can get so far.
No man, talent wise, like the youth
Yeah.
talent wise, they are brilliant, but just that he must say have concern about.
And you see, the thing is that no military, me kind of love the trajectory to where things are going now since the new coach come in. I'm kind of like how him stamp him, so far I like him demeanor, me like how him assert himself so far and him a get for know, you read somewhere earlier on the important way, say him I try to get affair with the culture. So him can know where we really have to offer, so him can farm some offer with, knowing theme style, along with theme style. Because as him say, him would have go away. How him got a Qatar, one of them places there, go coach.
Because it's some different culture and thing.
And he realized the theme style I play him come from Iceland, we don't try put it to them. It's a different mindset them have, it's a different culture, different thing. So it took him a while to kind of, so him say learn from the experiences. So him do him try to understand our culture, right? Or if we get across to it better. And then he can try implement theme system along with what we have already, which makes 100% sense, So that sounds really good. I like the thing when do the other day too. I like him take the best of the best who him know so far, and I test them out to see who really have that work ethic thing, that drive, that spirit, that for really, really make it. I love that because I think me always have the view say, if you have a local base squad, camp at all times, because anything can happen, don't it? Might be surprised for no say the local base camp do throw the money together for long periods of time. They have more chemistry than than when you call all of the best from overseas. Maybe the Mongolia come together one and few, occasions whenever we have the big match them. I might be surprised for no say the local base camp we have them and they have more chemistry if them keep them together, them keep the best of the best together.
Yeah, me agree.
Especially the younger ones.
And it would be a good opportunity. So if we can bring in, so we have 15 players that come from overseas, 15 quality players that come from overseas. We know can at least can put up a matchup so we can have a local set of man and we can say, here we go on. These 15 players who are coming, we can play against these guys to stay sharp and stay fit. Down rather than just rely upon the match them try run go seek to get match in them close time period there, with financially viable and them something there. So you can at least you can say boy it's like how the under 17 I play so much match against Premier League level players.
Yeah.
It is so good. This is so good for them because it put them under pressure, intense pressure. It teach them how to angle pressure. So it's really, really good for them now. It's just now when time they start play against them amongst themselves, amongst them peer, that's now you're going to find out if them really, really learn anything.
True.
And coaching have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, you might be surprised going off for no say. A player might come down, the best 15 from over, they might come down and play against the local camp where they are. And a man even show like him, he want it more than one of the players them from over. So, and he might play right up to the coach's instruction and with it perfect to where the coach want.
Sure.
I might be surprised say him get a squeeze in because of that the coach I look for.
Yeah. So him getting opportunity there, so.
Good. So it's still an opportunity for the guys to mesh on and get more professional because I mean we would have Speeds or somebody other day and Rudolph Astin or somebody other day and I think that our beat for real. When a professional enough, when I take the things serious, when I take certain things serious. So I think, having that local camp and then blending them with the
professionals.
The professionals and also the experience of the coaches are coming in. would I really get the players them a boost they can push themselves and really push to the next level. And who knows?
Yeah, man, them
Maybe them not
understand
get
that
the chance.
this
Yeah,
is what is required to play at this level.
exactly. And maybe a man might not get the chance to play in the national team regular, but because I'm attitude and or he has improved, he might get an opportunity to go overseas too. Fast. So you
Sure.
say it's still a plus anyway you look on it, you know.
Agree.
So it's good
Me
look
agree.
ahead.
Me
Yeah, it's
agree.
good look ahead. Let's hope them continue upon a stretch. And we are look for see what go on. Hope JFF can keep up
Maintain
to the
it.
professionalism, maintain it because that's the thing I know. Them can't give an excuse and all send the money in there. And next month yeah, the next month them say them are the six or so I
Six,
think them
yeah.
say. So
Everything I
yeah
become
man,
active.
me I keep away so I go my military
All
man.
right,
Yeah man,
let me finish reading what I say now. Grimson says he was sold on the idea of working in Jamaica because it represented the prospect of transforming the nation's football and creating its own legacy here. Let me see, let me read. Yeah, me read that already. Yeah. Let me continue. It was the opportunity to do good, he said when asked why he accepted the Jamaica Football Federation offer. It's such unlimited talent here. I think the player pool is so deep, and I know it will be tricky to find a 23 player and 11 players to start in the end. True. That would be my
yeah.
hardest task. So the opportunity to try to get my philosophy into the scrap of players. Oh, me read that already. Yeah, me read it already. Good. Our Grimson next task is against Mexico, host Mexico in their final League A, Group of A of the CONCACAF Nations League on March 26th. The winner of the group automatically qualifies for the CONCACAF Gold Cup this summer. Jamaica, well, luckily we qualify for it. Jamaica occupy, well, and thank you to Paul Hall. Paul Hall, we could qualify for it. Um,
Yeah.
Jamaica occupy first place on the 5 points after 3 games, followed by Mexico on their 4 after 2 games, and Suriname on 1 after 3 games. So at least we get that we get that out of the way. So that's actually a big positive. Is that we get that the part out, which is a dark corner, something that hang over our head. So we get that out of the way. Now winning the match against Mexico. I do think it's important. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to send a message that, hey, we are here and we're serious. That's our first message I said. We are here and we are serious and we mean business. And it's going to do the new coach a lot. It's going to do him well. It will do him well. So definitely looking forward to see how that one go. Really looking forward to see how that one go. No,
So
Mitchell, you think that we can get this job done for Mexico?
yeah man, but watch. Me I said another comment. Better than what that time we go watch over the Argentina match. I think we watch it about 10 or 11 times to be exact. Seriously, full. You know, me watch it over, me watch it over and over for try, you know. To try to say we could have break down Argentina. You understand? We could have do better tonight and how we play. You know, so to be fair, you know, so for these guys, right? I mean, they would have play already. They would have play already. You know, all of the players that on the team would have play already. But maybe them never play at one time together. You understand? Maybe when I Ravel upon the field, you know have a Shamar and a Mikel Antonio I play at the same time. You understand what I mean? Say?
Yeah.
So that really be the first that team basically I play together. You understand? So for
True.
them I play so for one them I get from it. For them playing for the first time, right? It shows a level a reception, a tactics and professionalism. Because when we look back on the Panama match we play, right? We second qualifiers match with the players them playing for the first time together. See? Me not try to compare because yes, though that team I never play together, the team I play Argentina, right? I mean, they would have play at some point and they would have know how each player play differently. If you get me answer, them
Yeah,
not
man.
play
Yeah, man.
never
Me see
play
you,
together
man.
yet. But Mikel that they on the bench or Shamar that they on the bench and Mikel start and they know how him play and Ravel and so forth. And when me I look on the match, the guys then play tactical. I think the guys then play tactical. For the first time I play together, it shows that them understand instruction and them understand that tactical thing there. That I women really see with the local team. So it shows that level, it shows a different level. So the mania, they can come together and once they give them a tactics and show them what go on, them can try as best as possible for you know.
Yeah.
And if then they gel together, we would see a much better game. But when I think them play bad, I think
it was a good minute. The only issue is when Messi came on. That was the only difference. But if you're minus Messi from the game there now, I think it did like a 1-1, right? What time? What game now? 3-0.
Yeah, it was 1-1 until I think the 85th or so. I think until the 85th.
Until when Messi came on. But it goes to show that.
But Messi came on, you know, and played and up to Messi came on about on that line. I think at the 70th minute in play or something like that. And then up to I think we up to the 80th minutes. I think him score. And I think that was my boy come on.
No, I think about 15 minutes Messi get.
Yeah, man, him come about 50 minutes. I think about we reach 70 minutes, man. Him come on, man. But him never score until
he score on the 82nd minute. 80 minutes and then 82nd minute.
80, yeah, man. Cause I think when my boy come on to him score, because him and my boy did have a good partnership. Because I see them have a good partnership. Him name DePaul. When DePaul come on, you saw some quick 1-2 like them really have that look band going. But before that, I mean, with all the own, but to be fair, if you look on the midfield too, with Daniel and Ravel, none of them really are a tackler.
Yeah, and we never on the defensive midfielder.
Yeah, we never on the defensive midfielder. I remember say too, we don't know Ravel as a runner per se. If you get me, I say, he's not a runner per se.
No, he's not a workaholic.
So, yeah. So down to the end, you expect say. They are going to lose concentration and tired. Whereas with the press, we are press and Argentina move on the ball fast. It will make it, you know. So we have to bear that in mind. But I mean, I think they held their own differently. I think they held their own and I saw some areas in the game where them could have really hurt Argentina. I think they hold on the ball too much.
Yeah.
On few occasions, I think when we go forward, I remember when Daniel Johnson
we weren't decisive in the final third.
Yeah, him does a dribble goes until it run off him foot. I mean, I say if Daniel does play the true pass or play to the wing, you know. And a couple of times when Bailey hold on the ball too much.
Yeah, I think Bailey was trying too much.
Yeah, if Bailey they got the ball and move, I think that give the Argentina defense more work. Hold on the ball too much and cause them to chat back. And then when going forward, it's like the defender them sit back. And it's like at the forward, them and the midfielder, them take a long for coming at the play. So whenever we get a throw then, and this was the right throw of the match, whenever we get a throw, it's like we go to the throw like we have by time, and then it's a one player, see a show for the throw, and then it's like the whole of the team just sit back and they take
like
a while
before them come up. Like we try to kill some time.
Yeah, like we try to kill some time. And why I do that, we realize that the Argentinian players, them defend as a team, and them attack as a team. So you see, whenever them lose the ball, everybody
I work back.
Literally.
But you don't think, question, you don't think it's a positive message, you know, say, are the world champion that we play, a team were well gelled together, and full team are basically, I'm not going to say first I never play together, but with team that have the level of camaraderie, like the Argentina team.
And chemistry there, yeah.
And to go so good against them, I think that shows that Grimson definitely can put together one team, and with time, you can see some level of success brewing.
Yeah, man, we are get success with time. But that was promising. Is me. But I only part time in the game, as me I say, who could have really hurt them. I wouldn't really do it. You understand? So because enough of the time I think Bell most of the time will have the ball over the right side of the field, right? A lot of times Bell go wide to try draw Argentina defense, and I think them would have put it wide, but they kept kicking out the ball. And every time them kick it, Argentina first to it. So we always run up and down. And then we try press them just switch the ball. I would just keep running up and we get it, we make 1-2 pass, and they would just kick the ball. And whenever we get the breakaway, We just a dribble like we don't know what to do. When to play it, when to let it go. Because we think if we don't let go the ball fast enough, right? And I switch the wings, we could have caused them problems. We could have caused one of the time when we really do that, I think Shamar they get one when him try if he throw it over my boy Romero head and Romero answer that thing. You understand? So there were points and the game, there were points and the game we think we could have hurt them, but we hold on the ball too much. We slow for attack, and whenever we win the throw and for counter the side, it's like we wait till the side run back before we start.
I think me can't say feel like we're too nervous them time too. We play kind of timid like.
I watch over the game a couple of times when my military and it's promising. May I tell you the truth? It's promising.
Yeah, man, it is a good look, and me I hope say that's something we can build upon, and I definitely believe there's some good things coming from this coach. I really believe that there's some good things coming from him.
Can be Mexico, man.
Me I hope say we can get the job done again in the something else still. But before we'll close off now, because I have to go touch
yeah,
man.
Man.
You have any last thoughts on the whole aspect of this coach and where you think he might come in condo?
Well, as me say so far, based on me say, him look like him is a man that's serious about business, and he's not a man who will come and take the crap and then when him not get the best of the best and not deliver. The man say him come to deliver, and he wants only the best, and players who are committed and willing to work for the good of the country, So that means he might come to give results. You understand? So it's a good look. And him start by watching the leagues and I learn about all the thing and that's what we need to improve and over time the thing he might have a big say in how we go forward as a country football wise, and we just need to trust in him and show the support behind him, and the players them just need to believe, and we just need to support the team more. When I think we support the team enough as Jamaicans, I would think we need to get back behind the coach, especially now more than ever. We have a new coach and we're seeing like he mean business him know him for, and him have him own staff them around him we know him well to bring out the best in the team, and him learn the culture and him learn the thing. And we just hope for the best, All the best we are looking for, and we think that the coach can deliver it for if we just believe in him and just do the right thing.
I think we stand in a good position to get something. We definitely go stand in a good position to get something from this one. But I don't know. Anyways, people in the comment section who have been here for over an hour now. Mr. Mitchell, big up my brother. You don't know anything already. Don't know anything already. Don't know we come from far.
Far, brother. Far.
So, but bless up my brother. Massive respect for coming on, Thorough appreciation. Alright, people in the comment section. Hopefully, guys are doing good. Drop some updates tomorrow. I'm going to drop some updates tomorrow, people. Look out for your updates on my job tomorrow. Also, okay, yeah, man. That's alone me have to do, people. So, anyways, hopefully, guys are doing good, people. Please smash the like button before you go, people. I would really appreciate it if you do so. So, big up. Massive respect. I close off now, people. My sincere apologies, people. Hopefully, guys are doing good. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, people. MG Sports TV. We're out. Boom. Oh, people. Let me give me patrons, my members a shout out. The original Zilla, Jeremy and Swebe, Paul Rose, David Beckham, and Feda 5. Big up to the members of the channel. Fresh God, big up yourself, my brother. Big up. Continue support, We're out, people.